to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. So it's just me here. Nikki is coming in a little bit late. We're actually doing a double episode today, which is going to be nice. So we're going to throw out a new one the following week, but we're getting it recorded today. I actually have some things I'm going to talk about before she gets here. But first, if you haven't heard, Sugarpalooza 8 is on the books. July 17th through 19th, 2026 in a wonderful Phoenix, Scottsdale, Arizona. It's going to be hot, but you bring the sizzle and we're going to bring the party. I'll tell you what, it's going to be so much fun. Let me just give you kind of a little rundown of what we're offering this time around. So on Friday, the 17th, July 17th, we're going to have a very nice evening mixer at Jay's place. And he just bought that less than a year ago, brand new $2.5 million home, which is going to be really nice to party at. Get to kind of meet everybody that's coming in for the weekend. We'll get everybody settled into their Airbnbs and picked up from the airport, and then have a really good time. Just a nice casual mixer on Friday night. Then Saturday, the 18th, we are going to have a pre-party late afternoon. It's going to start again at Jay's house. And then the ever-famous party bus, or buses, depending on how many people we have at the party, will pick us up, and we will dance our asses off all the way to the Mesa Country Club, where we are hosting a dinner and music festival there. We have a band coming from Southern California called Levitating, and they are a Dua Lipa tribute band. So they sing Dua Lipa songs, and then they will mix in a few other female artists. But I've seen their demo tape and gone on their Instagram, and they're a lot of fun. I think you're going to really, really enjoy that. We'll have a dance floor. We'll have photo booths. We'll have dinner. It's going to be a great time. And then we have an after party. So the party bus will pick us up, take us back over to Jay's, and we'll see where the party goes. And then on Sunday, Trucker and Lily are hosting a brunch, come and go brunch, at their place, which is absolutely gorgeous in the Arcadia, Phoenix area, which is very trendy. And you're going to want to join us for that. And then, everybody will head home or wherever they came from. Some people stay an extra day or two, and we'll be happy to try to make arrangements for accommodations and maybe dinner that night or whatever. But the party officially ends Sunday afternoon. So if you want to be a part of that, sugar babies or women, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. There's an application there with a lot of information. Just fill it out, and then we will get back to you. Get those in pretty quick. We are starting to fill up spots, but I still have plenty available. But you don't want to wait, because you want to get transportation out here. And it's going to be really cheap. So one nice caveat about doing it in the summer is transportation to Phoenix is very, very cheap. Not a lot of travel to Phoenix during that time of year. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And then, men, if you are interested in becoming a sponsor, we have a spot for you. Just to get a hold of me, again, through the website, through Instagram. The email is info@secretsofasugardaddy.com, and we'll get you more information on becoming a sponsor. All right. And if you haven't joined our Patreon, we want you to become a member of our family, and it truly is like a family. I say that over and over. But there's a lot of perks to joining. A lot of the women ask, hey, how can I get to be a part of this famous women's only WhatsApp chat group? And I don't even know how many they have in there now, 70, 80, I don't even know. But if you want to be a part of the women's only chat group, which fires off all kinds of questions and advice about sugar dating just from the women, you'll need to join Patreon so we can get you hooked up with that chat group. Then if you want to hear all the episodes, Extra Sugars, before anyone else, we post those on our Patreon first. Lots of behind-the-scenes photos, videos. You're definitely going to want to see the party photos and videos. Now, we do blur the faces of our attendees unless we get their prior permission, but you'll get a good idea of the fun and the shenanigans that go on this summer. So definitely want you to join the family there. And then finally, we have coaching and profile reviews available if you want to get the most out of this sugar dating experience and find the quality people that you're looking for and you're not having any luck. Let us help you. I mean, we've got a lot of experience on finding those and how to attract what you're looking for. It's a broad spectrum. I always say it. You can find just about anything you want on the sugar dating scene, but most of us kind of have an area that we're comfortable with. And if you're just not having any luck or success, we'd love to help you out. So you can sign up for our coaching and profile review options there. Okay, before Nikki gets here, I have so much that has gone on in the last few weeks, and we apologize for not getting fresh episodes out very quickly. The studio was going through a big change. We went from a small little two-room studio in Old Town Scottsdale to a huge four-room studio that's just down the street, and this is a big project for the owners of the studio, and so they were shut down for a few weeks, and we weren't able to really record, which actually gave me some time to get caught up on my business. I'm never going to get caught up, but it did give me a little bit of time to get caught up because I got a lot going on there. But we're back at it, and we're hoping to get out fresh episodes every week. What I want to talk about before she gets here is a little text exchange that I had with someone from Seeking, and this one's very odd. Like, okay, so I've been doing this now for 10 years. In August, it'll be 10 years of sugar dating. Can't believe it's been that long, and I cringe at thinking of the amount of money that I have spent on dating. I've told many of you it's, and I've announced it on here, it's well over 7 figures. And sometimes I wish I had that money back, but I don't regret any of it. I've had some great times, and you know what? I can't take it with me, so we're gonna spend it while we're here. But here's an exchange from somebody that has been very different. I'm gonna read it to you verbatim on how it's gone, and then maybe you can message me with your thoughts or comment with your thoughts on this. So I had messaged someone. Their profile was very cute. She's 36, and a little bit older than the 20s and early 30s, but she looked fantastic. And I don't know how much of that was filtering, but I thought, well, I'll go ahead and message. It was a simple message like, hey, I love your profile. I'll be happy to share my photos and speak more freely at so-and-so number. Hope to hear from you soon. Whatever, right? Well, I send that message out occasionally, and a lot of times I don't get any response, and so I don't sit there and wait for a response. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. It's the game it is. Weeks later, I get this response that says, "Hi, Marcus, this is from Seeking." And I'm like, okay. And I had to go back and look for a profile with that name to even see who it was. And I was like, oh, okay, I remember this girl. And I read her profile, and it was good, but it almost sounded fake, right? And I really thought I'm smoking out a fake one once I went and reread it. But I thought, well, I don't know. It just didn't flow like somebody wrote it from their heart. It flowed like somebody from overseas threw it in ChatGPT or something, right? So I already kind of had a yellow flag there. Not red, but yellow. So I'm proceeding cautiously. So I respond, "Hi, thanks for your message. I love your profile. What part of town are you in?" Now, a lot of times I ask that because the scammers and the foreigners, they don't really know what to say there, and they have to look something up. And I can usually smoke them out just by their answers there. And she says, "Scottsdale, you?" And I said, "Yeah, South Scottsdale. We should grab a drink. What's your availability tomorrow?" And she responds, well, I have more availability Friday after 7 p.m. Now, there's a response that kind of started making me think that she was actually a real person, because that wouldn't be your typical scammer response. A lot of times they're like, well, can't we get to know each other more here before we meet? That's usually because obviously they're not going to ever meet you, right? That's usually the kind of response you would get from a fake profile. She says, can you send a photo and what kinds of things you're into? What do you mean what kinds of things I'm into? That's kind of to me, that was kind of an interesting opening from her. And I mean, what kind of things I'm into? So I did send her a couple photos, and then I gave her my summary of what I'm looking for. Now, I've read this summary before. I'll go ahead and read it again. It's a canned summary. I wrote this. I did not put this in ChatGPT. I should put it in there and see how it revises it. But to me, it covers everything that I'm looking for. So I just copy and paste this to most people that I talk to offline on Seeking. It says, I'm looking for someone that I can enjoy a nice evening out with, great conversation over drinks or dinner with a dose of intimacy if it goes that direction. Doesn't have to be immediate, as I enjoy a balanced relationship. I'm somewhat of a sapiosexual and love discussing life and business and whatever else comes up. I also love attending concerts, comedy shows, festivals, etc. In exchange, I offer a nice PPM, which could lead to a weekly allowance in the future if things progress. But basically, a no-pressure, fun evening together. How about you? And then I said, I'm available Friday around 8 p.m. at the Beverly in Old Town Scottsdale. She says, okay, I can meet then, with a winky face, right? And I'm like, okay, I think this girl is real. So then I respond like 6 or 7 hours later, because this was earlier in the week, and I didn't need an immediate response. I was busy. I said, perfect, I'll pencil you in for Friday. Well, I don't hear anything from her, no confirmation, but that's fine. I mean, I didn't ask her for a confirmation. There wasn't a requirement for one. I just said, perfect, I'll pencil you in for Friday. And then Friday comes, and I'm like, hey, good morning. Does 8 p.m. tonight still work for you? She's like, yes. And I said, great, I'll see you then. And then she says about 8 hours later, so it's 6:30, right? And we're supposed to meet at 8. I've gone home. I'm kind of starting the process. I'm going to jump in the shower real soon and get ready and then head that way, because I am very punctual. Not only am I punctual, I always get there 10 to 15 minutes early, and that's the only way to do it, men. Okay? I hate hearing stories where the woman says that the guy is running late. It's typically fashionable or common for the woman to run a few minutes late, but men, don't do it. It's not. I know you're the one controlling the situation because you're the one with the finances, but just don't do it. Says, hey, can I meet you at 8:30 to 9? And here's something she threw in. I may have a friend with me, so if you have a friend, LOL. So this is at 6:37. We're supposed to meet at 8. So I respond, hey, that's fine, but let's narrow it down. Does 8:30 or 9 work better? I've got a few single friends from my country club I could ask. Do you have a photo or two of your friend? Well, I don't hear back from her for like 30 minutes. And she says, I just asked her to send photos right now, me at 9 for sure, and waiting for her response. So she says, okay, 9 o'clock. And then at 8 o'clock, she finally sends me a photo of her friend, a nice-looking blonde, not my type, but a nice-looking blonde. And she says, I can meet at 9, but she can't make it till 10. Okay, all right. I've actually met women and their friends on a first meet and greet. I don't mind doing it. I actually think it's kind of fun. It puts most everyone at ease. And the problem is, what if I like your friend better? That could be a problem, right?
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
And then she says at 8 o'clock, if we can both meet you at 10, that would be great. All right. I've got golf in the morning. I was planning on meeting at 8. You know how these meet and greet things go. Sometimes you talk a couple hours or drink a couple. And, now it's 10, and then you decide where to go from the night. Do you go home or you want to continue the night or whatever? I'm not starting my Friday night at 10. I've been up since 5 a.m. I hit the gym at 6 a.m. every morning. I've been working all day, and now she's pushing the meet and greet from 8 to 10 at night. So here's my response. And this one I actually put into ChatGPT, but I didn't use the exact one that it gave me. I still made it sound like my own because it said I over-explained, but I love sticking in these scenarios. I'll just screenshot the text string and stick them in ChatGPT, and not only will it tell you what a best response would be, but it'll tell you why your response is not the best and like what's wrong with it. But I went ahead and went with my response. It says, wow, I'd love to, but I hit the gym at 5:30 a.m. this morning, and I'm playing golf with some friends tomorrow at 8. Maybe we should try another time. I'm available tomorrow night. She says, what time will you be done with golf? I have an event tomorrow at 9 p.m., but we can meet before or after. And I said, well, I'm free tomorrow all day after 1. And she says, okay, great. So this is like at 8:40. So anyway, that didn't work out. There was my Friday night completely blown. But it was fine. I was just tired. Like I said, I had a long day. I was going to get up early. So I was literally in bed by probably 9:30, falling asleep by 10. I'm not going out at 10. Too old for this shit, I'll tell you that. No, I don't. I've done that, but I had stuff to do. All right, so then Saturday comes, and I'm playing golf, and I hadn't heard, so I go, hey, good morning, how's your day looking? And this was at 11:23 in the morning, and I don't hear anything from her until 1:17, like 3 hours later. She says, hey, you want to meet at 7:30, and I bring my friend? I mean, you're 36 years old. Don't be scared. We're going to meet in a public spot. You don't have to be scared. I said, and now this one I did punch into ChatGPT. I said, and it said, yeah, this is, a little bit of a red flag, but here's some responses. And so here is the response that I chose from ChatGPT. I go, 7:30 works, same spot. You bringing a friend for backup? And she says, an hour and a half later, she says, haha, same spot, and yes, LOL. Then, okay, so 7:30, right? So, okay, I'm all right, I'm going to get ready. It's fine. I'll see you at the Beverly at 7:30, right? So this is what's going on in my head. At 6:40, okay, I'm already out of the shower at this point. I'm getting ready. She says, hi, my friend is going to meet up with you first because she is closer. I will be there shortly after her. I just wanted you to know I'm not standing you up. Okay. So now I'm going to a spot to meet her friend first. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe this girl's not even real, right? Maybe it's her friend the whole time that's conducting this chat. And maybe I go meet her friend and her friend's trying to size me up, whether, we're a good match or not. And then this other chick mysteriously just never shows up. That's what I'm thinking is happening here. Like a little bait and switch. And that's happened to me before, where the girl in the photo was not the girl who showed up. It's happened to me a couple times. So here I'm thinking, oh my God, here we go down that road again. So I'm like, ChatGPT, help me out now. Where do I go with this one? And here's the one I chose. I says, interesting. I'm down to meet, but I'll wait till you get there. What time will you arrive? And she says 8 p.m. I am on my way now from the East Valley. Okay, so this is at 7:09. Okay, the Beverly is in Scottsdale. It's not that far from the East Valley, right? I know the East Valley. I live in the East Valley, which is east of Phoenix, east of Scottsdale. And you could pretty much be to Old Town Scottsdale from anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes from anywhere in the East Valley. And it's 7:09, and she's saying she's not going to be there until 8. And she said, but she said she's already on her way. So I'm like, all right, this is just not making sense. And then the day before, she said, I have an obligation at 9. So I go, hey, and you said you have an obligation at 9. Now, I don't want to rush through it. Like, I don't want to do a quick rush through meet and greet. If we're going to meet at 8 and then she's probably running late, and then she's got to go because she's got an obligation at 9, which means she's going to have to leave before 9. I don't know. I'm just... And then I go, you know what? Send me a photo of what you're wearing. I'm just like, I'm bailing at this point, right? Here's what I did. They had a poker tournament over at Talking Stick. I already went and registered for the poker tournament. I sat down at the table because I just had a feeling this was not going to happen. So I already made other plans. I mean, this was just getting ridiculous. Then at 7:47, she sends me a picture of what she's wearing. And it looked like the girl from Seeking. She goes, well, if you can meet her, that would be nice because I'm late for her too. And then at 7:47, she says, can you just meet us at Rokerage? I don't even know how you spell it. Rokerij in Phoenix. I look it up. It's like some Mexican food place with a bar and lounge, I think. I don't know. I've never been there. And I'm like, okay, 7:47, and now you're asking. You just sent me a picture of you, which looked like you're in your car on your way, so thank you for that. And now you want to change the place from Old Town Scottsdale all the way to Central Phoenix. And again, I put this in ChatGPT, and I said, hey, let's just wrap this one up. And it says... And he gave me an option. I go, you know what? I'm going to pass tonight. This got a little too scattered for me again. Another time. And that was it. And she said, I know it's a lot of back and forth, but I had some things I had to take care of. Would love to meet you at Rokerage at 8:30. The plans will not change. Hope to see you there. And she says, I'm a single mom, so I had to coordinate a lot. I apologize. So this is at 7:54. And again, I punched that into ChatGPT and I chose this one. All good. Tonight doesn't work for me anymore. Let's plan something ahead of time another night. End it. End of story. So I'm thinking, I don't even know if I'm ever going to reach out to this girl again, right? Because she's just, it's chaotic, right? It's chaotic. So she goes, okay, have a good night. And then that was Saturday. Don't hear anything back from Monday, Tuesday. I'm really not planning on reaching out to her again. So on Tuesday afternoon, she says, are you still interested in connecting? And she sends me another picture of her in a car. And she's pretty cute. And she says, LOL, working on my marketing. You're probably the only person I would consider in my inbox at this moment. Well, yeah, because I didn't put up with her bullshit, and I'm just like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not playing your game. This is ridiculous. So, I waited. That was at 6:51. Okay, so she messaged me at 1:49 on Tuesday, and then I didn't answer, and then Tuesday again, she messaged me again at 6:51. So the next day at noon, I say, yeah, I'd still be open to meeting. And again, this is straight from ChatGPT, and I love it, and it tells you why it's a good option. I said, yeah, I'd still be open to meeting. I just don't love last-minute chaos or super late arrivals. If we plan something, let's make it easy and relaxing. I'm available this weekend. You? And then she responds, I agree. If we make a plan, I can make sure I'm there on time. Are you available midday on Saturday, 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. just to meet and see how we connect? Well, now we're getting somewhere, I think. I said, yeah, I'm playing golf at my club in the morning, but I'm free anytime after 1 p.m. if that works for you. And she says, okay, can we have a 90-minute meet and greet? Is North Phoenix okay? Where is your golf? I'm like, I've never had anybody be so specific. A 90-minute, okay, can we have a 90-minute meet and greet? Oh, sure. I mean, what if it goes 75 minutes? What if it goes an hour and a half? I mean, hour and 45 minutes. Like, why? So, I stick this to ChatGPT, and it's like even confused on what she's saying. And this is the one I went with. It says, 90 minutes is oddly specific, but yes, North Phoenix can work. I'll make the drive from golf in South Scottsdale. Do you have a specific place and time in mind? And she responds this morning, hi, yes, 1:30 to 3 at Roke Ridge. And I haven't responded yet. So what do you guys think? Should I make the trek over there and see if she actually shows up on time for her 90-minute meet and greet? Stay tuned. I'll let you know how this one turns out. But this is the craziness you go through sometimes in communicating with people off of dating sites. This one just got really weird, and I don't understand it. But I'm pretty convinced now that she is weird. The other reason I thought she might be fake is because her number was from it's an 808 area code, so it was not from here, which that's common. People keep their numbers from when they move, but it's just there was so many red flags.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
I have Nikki who just walked in the house, and she kind of gave me a real teaser last week on some of the things she's been up to. So welcome, Nikki.
Yeah, hi.
Closer.
It sounds like I missed most of your updates that are very exciting.
Well, all I did was I just read a whole text exchange about somebody that bailed on me twice.
Oh.
Kind of bailed on me. I actually bailed on them twice because they weren't keeping their end of the deal up. When I say their end, I mean her and her friend who she brought into the whole equation.
Okay.
You know what's funny, too, is I got home Saturday night. So I busted out of the poker tournament. And I get home Saturday night, and I just look on Seeking, and there's this other girl that messaged me. It's like 11:30, 11:45 at night. And she's like, hey, baby, what are you doing? You want to do something tonight? And I'm like thinking, no, it's 11:30. I'm going home, going to bed. And I said, no, I just left the casino. She goes, oh, my God, that's where I'm headed right now. My friend's at Talking Stick. And I was like, oh, yeah, no, I just left. And she's, oh, you should come join us. And I'm just curious, right? So I'm like, what is this? What financially are we talking about? What do you think she said?
Oh, $1,000.
She said $700 for my friend and for each of us.
Okay, $700 a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so $1,400.
Which there we didn't discuss anything except she wants $700.
Huh. Okay.
To meet, to hang out with her and her friend. I'm like, I just busted out of a tournament, so I kind of used up a little bit of my cash, and I'm going to bed. But I said, yeah, maybe another time. You guys have fun at the casino. Anyway, so that was my last weekend. But you, before we got started last week, you had said a bunch of things I wanted to dive into further. So I'm going to start again. What's been going on?
All right. Well, I'll start with the most recent. On Saturday, I will be attending a sex club.
Really? Which one?
So it'll be the one in Phoenix. It's called Hush Lounge.
Okay.
And this is the one I've been wanting to go to for a while, but my guy has been traveling, so he's had to cancel. So we are now scheduled to go to that, and it's a bit different, I think, than the other clubs because it's not open to the public. We had to apply to get in. We had to fill out a couple's application and send photos that are going to need to match our license. We're going to have to show our license when we go in. It's It was a lot. It was a lot of hoops to jump through.
I mean, that's good, I guess. They're just not letting in any old
Yep.
riffraff, right?
Yep. They're trying to keep it upscale. They have...
What's it cost?
He's taking care of that, so I'm not sure.
Just curious.
Yeah.
The one in Mesa is $100 for the men.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in this one, the men cannot come in unless they're with a woman.
Right. That's common.
There's a dress code until you get in. So you can't come in dressed scantily. And then they have a dance floor, they have rooms, they don't serve alcohol, but you can bring your own. So it's going to be interesting. He is going to buy me a strap-on.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, this is so far out of my comfort zone.
Black?
Yes. Yes. That's the photo he sent me. So we're trying to arrange the night because he doesn't want to even go there till 10:30, which I'm normally in bed by 10:30, so I'm going to have to take a nap all day Saturday. But he said we'll do dinner first and then we have to stop at the sex store and get a strap on and any other
man.
toys you want and then be at Hush at around 10:30. So we will be doing that on Saturday. So next week I'll have an update.
Wow.
on
I
that.
can hardly wait to hear how that goes.
I'm super nervous. I hope I don't run into anyone I know. Has that ever happened to you?
Fortunately, I haven't run into anybody I knew, but I tend to run into people I know all the time. I just didn't do it there, thank goodness.
Okay. Well, I'm going to.
But I was with I was with Alejandra.
Okay.
So if somebody
Okay.
would have seen me, I'm looking good.
Okay. Yep,
Because
that's right.
I've got the best looking girl in the
Yep.
in the place with me, so that's fine with me.
Well, I'm going to be wearing a sheer body stocking
Yeah.
that has an open crotch.
Oh man.
So I don't know. I might chicken out of that.
I don't know if these photos are going to make it to Patreon, but we'll see if we can get some blurred versions. No.
So that's my plan for Saturday. Last week, the little clincher I left you on had something to do with a $12 million
Yeah.
mansion.
I wanted to get more information on that.
So this same guy who's taking me to the sex club, he's been in my life for a couple of years, so I know him well, but we got invited to a dinner party at the home of one of his buddies, which is this $12 million mansion in Paradise Valley.
And what does this buddy do?
I think he's retired, but he was a scientist, and it had something to do with cannabis.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
A lot of money in cannabis.
Yes. So we went. This was so much fun. It was very laid back. There were actually two couples there: the host, the hostess, another couple, and then me and my guy. And it was just a really great time. The host cooked, and they've got a fabulous home, great outdoor space. So we had a really good time. The night ended a little earlier than we thought, so I went back to his house with them. And the couple had so much fun that they've invited us again.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be going back next weekend. So far I've met 4 of his buddies and their wives, and we've done various social events together. And I think that's what I really like about sugaring. Like, I think if I was with a man that was like 20 or 25 years younger than me, I don't know if I would feel comfortable going, and meeting his buddies and family and things like that. I think it would be reversed if I was the younger one and the guy was the older one. It feels like it's more like socially acceptable or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm having a great time with this guy, and we will see how Saturday goes.
And you met him.
I met him in a very traditional way. It was a couple years ago, 3 years ago actually. He was on a singles travel site.
Oh, okay.
And so was I, and it's this site where people go on trips together as groups of singles.
Gotcha.
And I met him on that site, and we didn't go on a trip together, but I reached out to him because he was in Phoenix, and I just was trying to connect with local people. And we dated for a while traditionally, because this was before I was into sugaring. And then he kind of disappeared for a while and came back into my life. So he's been in and out of my life for a while, but last year when I started sugaring, he's the first one I contacted. And I said, I'm going to be doing this. And I knew that by that point, I knew that he was wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been seeing each other off and on, for that long. And now we get together 2 or 3 times a month pretty much. But he told me right off the bat, he said, I'm not around enough to put you on an allowance. So he was really honest about that. And he also said, I don't want anything like long-term. I don't want any kind of formal relationship. He said, I'm done compromising. I'm done, I just want to do my own thing, travel when I want to. So he said, when I'm in town, we can get together, but it'll just be like on a PPM basis.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to Brian Howie, the owner of the studio, and he's got the podcast, The Great Love Debate. We've been looking at relationships for so many years and what works and what doesn't and why people get along and why relationships fail. And I mean, there's lots of reasons, but the biggest problem is there's too much relationship pressure put on a situation where, and I say this over and over and over, in any kind of dating style, if you just approach it like, hey, let's just go enjoy what we're doing. It doesn't have to be a relationship.
Right.
It can just be a date. It can be a time together, a man and a woman, a man and a man, whatever it may be, right? You guys just go enjoy the night, and at the end of the day, you go your way, I go mine, and if you really enjoyed each other's company, do it again.
Right.
And that's kind of what you're doing.
Yep.
You just never know where it could go. It could go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could lead to marriage. I've been to so many weddings from people that have gotten married and gotten into long-term committed relationships through this style of dating that I'm starting to think, I think we're the ones doing it right.
That's right.
I think everybody else is doing it wrong. I'm fully convinced that really is the best way to foster a relationship and find somebody.
Yep.
You're not here to rush into a relationship.
Yep. And I really appreciated his honesty, which I never got with traditional dating. This guy said right up front, I'm not looking for anything permanent or committed. I'm not looking for marriage. I travel a lot, can't put you on an allowance.
Mm-hmm.
I just really appreciated him putting that out there right up front.
Yeah. And now, when you go out with them, you really enjoy it for what it is.
Yep. There's no agenda.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on either part.
Love it. Yeah. Anybody else? You still seeing your policeman?
I am.
How's that going?
Yeah, it's the same. It's not it's not going to amount to anything. For now, I think we're just sort of convenient for each other.
Yeah.
He lives about 10 minutes away. He cooks for me. It is what it is. It's not, the sex isn't all that great. So I got to get that elsewhere. But I did connect with someone on Seeking last week. This is kind of interesting. He's in his mid-70s, which is fine with me as long as they take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. His photos looked fine. His bio looked great. And we had our first phone call 2 nights ago. Great call. It was about 30 minutes. We have a lot in common. He actually, ironically, lives in the same small town that I do, which is very unusual.
That is unusual.
Yep. And I kind of thought, well, maybe this is a sign that it could go well. And then as we were wrapping up the call, we were literally almost hanging up. And he said, oh, by the way, my photos aren't current. And he said, they're about 5 years old, but I still look the same.
You know what? I am 58 now, and I look at photos of me just 4 years ago with Alejandra. I do not look.
Right.
I definitely look a little older.
And
Definitely.
when you're already in your 70s,
Yeah.
5 years is going to make a huge
big difference. Yeah, it doesn't make that big a difference from maybe like 40 to 45,
Right.
or 35 to 40, but
Yep.
from 70 to 75.
Yep. And so this was like, just as we were hanging up, I was like, way to be transparent, right when we're ending the call.
Yeah.
And so I texted him immediately after, and I thanked him for the call, and I said, I would love it if you would send through some current photos. So it took him a day to respond, but he said, I don't post selfies, only professionally done photos. And he said, I don't have any. except for what you're seeing on the site that's 5 years old. And he said, I'm in the middle of a huge project, so it's going to take me time to go get professional photos done.
Oh, man, he is old school, isn't he?
And
He's like, just pick your phone up, do a selfie.
Right.
Just do it.
So he said, I guess we should just hold off for now on getting together because I don't have anything current to give you.
What?
And I didn't respond. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Normally I'd block him, but I was like,
just go
wait?
with it. No, go with it.
You mean see him without
Yes.
getting?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your expectations are he's not going to look like the photos.
Yeah.
You already have that expectation.
That's true. That's
so
true.
if he doesn't, then you're not sorely disappointed.
That's true.
And if he does look very similar, then you're like, oh, actually, you do look like your photos.
That's true.
So that would be a nice surprise if he actually did.
Yeah. Yeah. So more to come on that.
Yeah, I would just go through with it. You don't overcomplicate it. You already know
Yeah.
the deal.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
What do you think about photos? What do you consider accurate? Like how many years old?
Well, I've been sending I still send people. I don't take a lot of selfies.
Okay.
Every now and then, Alejandro will take a solo picture of me, and but it's always us together, right? So I'm looking through people like, hey, send me some photos. And I'm scrolling. I don't have selfies, right? So I send them a picture that one of our Sugar Daddy listeners, one of Amy's old sugar daddies, he owns some race cars. And we went racing, and I put on this nice racing suit, and and Alejandro took a really cool picture of me in a race suit.
Okay.
I like it. It looks good, right? So I send that one, and then she took one of me solo at the Rocky Mountain National Park when we went and visited Jay in the summer 2 years ago, and I send that one. So both of my photos are 2 years old that I send. It's just because I just don't have selfies, right?
Yeah.
I like to think I look the same, but I guarantee you my beard's gotten a little more gray in it than it did. I probably got a little bit of extra wrinkle under my eye a little bit, but I do work out every day. I am actually lighter now than I was 2 years ago, so I think it's close enough.
Like a couple
I don't feel
years.
like I'm catfishing anybody, and I've never had anybody run for the hills when they see me that I know of. Maybe they have, but they would have anyway. But
So within a couple years.
yeah,
you think?
for men, I think.
Okay.
I think it's acceptable.
Okay.
At least I'm doing it.
Well, and he's a retired physician, so I would like to think he is still in good health
Nice.
and looks good and has taken care of
Well,
himself.
there you go. A retired physician. I mean, does it really matter?
Oh, he looks.
I mean, the looks are kind of become secondary at that point, right? Now, if he was a retired plumber, then that might be a different thing.
Yeah, and he's into like real estate, and he's got properties all over the country. So it could be.
I'd say meet the motherfucker. What are you waiting on?
So more to come on that.
You waiting for him to get older? Or what are you waiting on?
That's true. I better hurry up.
Yeah. All right. So that's cool. Are you getting a lot of responses because this time of year the snowbirds, the people have gone back up north?
Yeah.
Or hot weather is coming.
I have gotten a little busier on Seeking, but I also did something unusual. On Reddit, on the Sugar Lifestyle Forum, you can ask for a profile review.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot on SLF.
Yes. And I did that. I braced myself because I don't take negative feedback really well. I have a really thin skin.
It's like submitting your picture on that old swiping app called Hot or Not.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh God, am I not? Am I not? Or
I know.
people going to say hot or not?
I was really holding my breath, and I prefaced it by saying, please keep your comments constructive and objective. And
I have delicate feelings.
Yes.
Please be nice.
And I got some very good constructive feedback that I implemented. And they went to great lengths to be very specific on certain sentences and certain words and all of that. And I didn't get flooded with feedback. I got maybe 4 responses, and then a bunch of private DMs of people that wanted to connect and date after they saw everything.
Really?
Yeah. So that
there you
that
go.
part
Reddit
was good. Reddit. But so I made some changes to my profile, and then and of course with Seeking, anytime you make even a change of one word,
Yeah, it has to be approved.
yeah, and they they ban you for nothing, for no reason at all, for words that you don't even know what's wrong with the word. So I had to go through that. It took several hours to deal with that, but then I uploaded it and I boosted it, which you can do to put yourself.
I've seen your profile.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it was boosted.
Yes, it was.
I was like, hey, I know that chickadee.
Yep. So that helped a lot. The changing of the profile, just upgrading it a little bit and updating it and then boosting it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. For Arizona, I don't know what's going to happen in the summer. I don't know if I'm going to
slows down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just, do you ever travel and then change your profile location?
Yes, I did that when I was in Michigan a month ago.
Yeah.
I did that for Detroit, and I did get some hits there. So yeah, that helps. You can change the location to where you're at.
Well, I'm going to be changing mine a lot to places I'm not in, just because I get responses and then I kind of lead them to information about the party.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the party.
But I got to be a little discreet about that, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I got your application. You did not have to apply, Nikki.
I wasn't sure.
You were a shoo-in. Yeah. You know somebody. I mean, you got a connection there.
Yeah,
I was like, why is she applying? Good Lord.
I thought I better hurry up. I know they
people
get
are
booked up
coming.
fast.
People are coming to see you, and you're applying to the party.
Well, I didn't want to take the chance of not getting invited, and then people would come and say, "Where is she?"
Right.
So does that mean I'm in? I'm in, right? Okay.
Really, you have to ask. Of course you're in. And I was just telling people before you got here. So we have definitely secured the band Levitating, the Dua Lipa tribute band out of Southern California.
Okay.
And they're going to drive here. I'm going to put them up in an Airbnb, and they're going to perform about 90 minutes or so at the club.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll have the dance floor and the photo booth like last time. It's going to be so much fun. I've got a bunch of repeat people. They're coming, a bunch of new applications. It's going to be new friends, old friends.
Oh, fun.
And we're going to set you guys up in lovely Airbnb. The nice thing is that we can get Airbnbs fairly affordable in the summer that are super nice with all the bells and whistles. They'll all have pools, nice cool pools you'll be able to jump in, and yeah, they'll all be really nice because, like I said, there's not a huge demand in the summer, and so we can get some very affordable ones with, as long as we get a lot of good sponsors. It's all dependent on our sponsors.
Right.
We need you guys to step up, but they will.
I've referred a couple men.
Yeah, no, I'm already getting a really good, a lot of good inquiries from men going, okay, I think I want to come to this one. How's it work? And so we tell them. Yeah. So, men, it's very affordable. Some of you guys, this would be a PPM for you, but what you're doing is sponsoring the party, which you're helping pay for the girls' Airbnbs. You're paying for the pre-party, all the food and beverages, or the mixer, and the photo booth, the band, the venues, the dinners, breakfast at Lillian Truckers.
Yep.
So there's a lot that goes into it. The party bus.
Yes, that's right. There's a bus again.
Yeah, I was telling people about our infamous party bus. We can't leave that out now, to and from the venue. That's a highlight on its own.
Yep.
Yeah, so
it'll still be the Friday night meet and greet.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar to the other Sugar Paloozas. Very similar format. It's just going to be full of a lot of new people and old friends.
It's going to be fun
with a nice little Dua Lipa tribute band, which you guys know I love every one of her songs, and she has a lot of great dance songs that they'll be singing.
Yeah. I can't wait.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's coming fast.
Yeah. And then I guess Nikki is going to be leaving us because she's busy.
Yes. I'm so bummed. My work has suddenly exploded. I've had almost a 2-year slowdown, which has been really scary.
Yeah.
And suddenly everything's exploded with business unexpectedly. So, I'm going to have to step back after the next couple episodes and pay attention to some new work clients.
Well, I tell you what, you never know how it's going to go, but the emails and response I'm getting to your episodes, you've become quite popular with our audience. I really appreciate you stepping in here. This is, this is not a paid position. I did pay Lily a little bit, but she actually edited and did a lot more stuff, and Nikki just volunteered and came in. And if anybody wants to help me with this podcast, I'd really like it, because my time is very limited, and we'd love to hear your point of view and your experiences. So
yeah, and when you research sugar dating podcasts, this one comes up as one of the most sought after. Like, it comes up in the research online.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, we got 5 years of this now,
Yep.
and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. So
Yep.
we've been putting a lot into this. When I think about like all the time and effort I've put into this that's unpaid to bring you guys this information, I wonder why the fuck I've been doing this long, because it's so much work, and it's distracting from my paying jobs. But I really love it. I love talking about situations. Just from the girls chat group, you guys talk about so many situations, I imagine. And because I know, because Alejandra came home from Puerto Rico, she was at a wedding, and she was on her phone. I looked over and I saw like her WhatsApp, because she talks a lot to family and friends on WhatsApp, and I saw something that had like 100 and something unread messages, and I go, is that the women's chat group? She goes, yeah, I haven't been able to check in a few days. And I'm like, 162 unread messages. Dude, that thing is quite active.
Yes, it gets really busy. It's hard to keep up. It's
And
really
I'm like,
hard.
what are you guys even talking about? She goes, well, this is just a string about hair, but then there's other things. So, anyway. So there's no men in there. I don't even know what you guys talk about, but it's quite an active group, and I know people like to talk about all the kind of situations that they find themselves in this crazy sugar dating world.
And there's a lot. There's a lot of
it's
things
just
happening.
never ending. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, very good. Next week's episode, who do we got coming in? It's we're going to
for this next one. Patrick is coming, and he owns a sugar matchmaking service.
Oh, that's going to be exciting.
Yep, and he's going to talk about that.
All right, so tune in next week to hear our interview with Patrick, and really excited to bring that one to you. We got a lot of really cool guests coming up. I've got a bunch of guests who really want to be on, and I just haven't scheduled them yet, but just be patient. We'll get to you and try to find some free time to squeeze you in. But anyway, thanks for coming in and sharing your stories.
Was fun.
Yeah. All right, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, we'd love to hear those at secretsofasugardaddy.com. You can message us there. We'd love a follow on Instagram, YouTube, all that good social media stuff. And then, of course, we want you to be a member of our family. Join our family. Go to patreon.com, Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. You'll find us there. And, we're really easy to find. And then you can join the family. We do have a free option available. I mean, if you can't... You don't want or can't afford to join one of the tiers, we still love our free members and throw a few things out there for our free members. But if you want the full experience, then it's only $15 a month, and you can join a tier, and then coaching and profile reviews are available. We want to help you out. We want to help you become successful, or just be more successful at this crazy sugar dating life. All right, until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.